Hello and welcome into the Sorare Data Show. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdinho on Sorare. Joined today by Harry Trades, who is just talking. It's cool as a cucumber. What was that BPM?
55. That's the lowest I've had it in a while, you know. Well, I'm normally like 60s. I can't
That is genuinely low. I'm at 72 right now. Sounds like one of us is more fired up than the other for this stream. Wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in the 50. Like I'm normally in like the low 60s, but 55. What have I done there? Just ice cold, mate.
Yep. Thanks everyone for coming in. Malky, Sorare Strats, and Jack Evans on the podium. Congratulations, you three. Let's go right into it. Is it worth investing in a River Plate collection, even though I won't be able to get to 5% collection bonus? One, Jack, why can't you get to 5%? And two, definitely don't do it with new cards possibly coming out in a month.
I said, like, yeah, I think Jack asked me in my stream as well, but like, I can't see the benefit in like blowing money on an old collection when there's just like potentially new ones coming out. Like, I just don't get it.
I wish I felt more confident that those cards were coming.
Yeah, you're not very high on them coming on time, are you? Or you maybe coming at all?
I wish I was more optimistic. I wish there was any indication that like Sorare even knew that a new season was starting for them. So we'll see. Anyway, Bob Franklin, what's up? Alex, why do I curse cards when I buy them? Alex, I do the same thing. Shout out to Alessio Buongiorno. Ryan Walter, what's up? Daniel, Stefan, I'm just going to welcome everyone first. I almost want to say that's Alexander.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
What is that? It's not Russian, is it? I don't think so.
Someone in my chat earlier was Greek. I don't know if it's the same.
I was going to say that's not Greek, though. Sorry for anybody listening, but I don't know. I don't know. Mikey Baston, what's up? Sorare Soul. Just Mike It, 1872, excuse me. Tuggy in the house, Parrot Press. Fabian, Johnny, Macca coming in from Twitch. Saw Harry getting some Twitch subs earlier today. GG's to everyone who joined there. Marcus, Ice in the Veins. Yeah, Harry Trades, Ice in the Veins.
Apparently,
indeed.
yeah.
Anion, what's up? Dan Baskyfield. Haven't seen that name in a while. So Dan, what's up? Maybe you were just lurking though. Mike said, Sorare don't understand how Argentina or Mexico leagues work. I don't know if that's true. Adriano, what's up? Toby, thanks for coming in. James Cunningham, that's a new name. Yeah, Acrylic, but I don't know how to pronounce any of that. Saif, what's up? Evo or Evo, Yatsa. Yeah, everyone says it's Acrylic, but it doesn't mean anything to me. Surface, what's up? Adriano says, I'm Malaysian, probably the only one in the community. Maybe. I don't know.
I didn't know that.
I don't know
Holland, my members.
Probably not.
Didn't know that. Malaysian. Wow.
So yeah. We asked you guys if you had any questions. Some of you did, and we're going to answer them as best we can. Let me just go back to this Jack Evans one, this River Plate collection, because that, hits right here, Harry. As somebody with a 4% River Plate collection from this current season, 2024. 12 hours ago even, I was, well, maybe not 12 hours. Let's call it 18 hours ago. I was thinking, should I get to 5%? Is it worth it now? Because they're going to run out soon. Cards are cheap. No games left. Should I do it? And I just decided it definitely wasn't worth it. I already have a 15% Franco Armani, Paulo Diaz, and like the cards that I have, they may not even be with River Plate next season, but it just didn't feel worth it. And so starting one now feels way not worth it to basically try to like catch up. It's not even catching up because you're just so far behind. Like those cards will be 0% XP when you buy them and then 0% in-season bonus. And they will only have 5% collection. And you'll just there's so many River Plate collections out there from previous seasons that I just don't think it's worth it.
I'm pretty sure when Jack asked me earlier, I could be wrong and he can correct me, but I'm pretty sure he mentioned the year 2022 for whatever reason. So I don't know whether that changes your view on that. I don't think it does. Like obviously you won't lose the 5% in season bonus because they're not in season, but I still am of the same opinion. Like I don't think I'm changing it on, just buy the new cards, basically, I would say. Like I don't see what's the point buying a 2022 unless like from scratch. He
Right.
didn't mention to me he has cards already, so I don't know the actual full picture. But if you're telling me by the whole like now, I just hardly any of them played together. So it's only Diaz
So
and really.
so it's funny you say it because so this is the only card I have from the 2022 River Plate collection. It's a Ezekiel Barco jersey mint. And this is like a really dumb card for me to have because I have like multiple other River Plate collections. And yet this is the only card I have from this one. And there are there are three starting goalies here. Yeah, well, who knows what happens to Armani?
Yeah.
But like David Martinez plays for Inter Miami now. Paula Diaz might be going to Mexico. We've got Palavecino in Mexico. Juan Quintero might be going back to River. Nicolas De La Cruz is at Flamengo. What else we got? Paradell is also in Mexico. Enzo Fernandez obviously is a really cool card. Julian Alvarez. Like there are cool cards in this collection.
Yeah. But like
But
why what's the point in that like none of them play together now? I don't get like what's the benefit of going over to buying a 22 if you don't have any of the cards right now, like what is the point?
right, like
That's what I'm
if you
struggling
were at
with.
4% and you want to get to 5,
Right.
which is still a decent jump. Like it's not like a quick like, oh, let me just get 2 cards and I'll be set. But starting from scratch, yeah, just feels unnecessary to me.
Yeah.
Gia says that name earlier was Ukrainian, which was going to be my second guess. Daniel said the 94 L5 is wild. Barco's the best player in the game. He just doesn't play for another 3 months. Anti-stack special cheat code. That's what it was. He was my captain. Banged 100, then took 3 months off. Daniel said the smart thing to do is become a member of the Harry Trades YouTube channel, where he'll do this every single month, as well as build 2 of your lineups every game week. I am in that member channel or channel member. I'm a member. What do they call that? Community?
Channel member? Yeah.
Whatever it is. I'm coming up on a year, I think, Harry. Not like this,
Really?
but like it's soon. It's soon. I was a very late member for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, you're a couple months late, I think. Yeah, you must be, I reckon 2 or 3 months into, or coming up to, sorry, maybe a year.
When did you start it?
I don't know, but somebody in my chat today, Jonathan, is a 13-month-long member. So that tells you roughly.
I'm at 9 months, 24 days.
Oh, wow. Okay, yes. Well, 2 months, and then you're basically there.
I will say, and this astonished me the other day. I've been a member of Quinny's community for 3 years, 1 month, and 15 days. It was like the first thing I did.
That's insane. 3 years.
3 years. Yep.
Wow.
Shout out to Quinny. Anyway, let's see what we got. Sour Soul said, which target are you picking for the special this weekend? Did you look at that at all?
Not fully, no, but I saw the Super one was like 480 for the top, so I'm probably not going to hit that one. Rare was what, 400 for the top, same for limited? Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't built out what my 250 could look like, but yeah, I'll definitely be going for the top one, I think, in rare anyway, at least.
Are you going to prioritize it? Like playing for market credits just feels sad.
Yeah, it depends, mate. Like if Danny Ward's playing this weekend, I have 4 Danny Wards. So, he's out 15 or 36 at home to Wolves. If that happens, then yeah, I can't say I'll prioritize it, but one of him is going to go in there, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Outfielders, yeah, I'm not necessarily like looking at this as my first. I'm just like looking at what I've got. But 250 is quite, you can do that quite easily, like you're not asking for it. 240 used to be a stretch.
Yeah.
If you didn't have an L15 of 0, then there might be some for this weekend. I don't know. You mentioned the Napoli situation. There could be someone actually. Yeah, RIP Laird and Buongiorno. That could work out to be an L15 of 0 if you really want to go for it.
That's true. I didn't even think about it. I just, oh man, it just feels like such a waste.
Yeah, I like the graphic though. That hit 400, 350, 300. That's quite a fun little graphic. $200 in Super Rare, is it? Wow.
Again, that's 200. So hold on. Did they give us any other details here? So like the reason I want to bring this up is because the last time they did a market credit reward, it had a 7-day expiration. And if you win this and have to spend it in 7 days, like you're almost just signing yourself up to spend, like, is it 100%? All right, here, 50% market credit and have to be used in 2 weeks. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Cards purchased with the market credits cannot be sold or traded for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Hmm.
So if you win the top one, what's the top in rare? $100 or 200?
It's 100.
Okay.
Yeah, 400 points for 100.
I mean, you're
What do we
asking
think
your
these
players to
other-
outscore their L15s by quite a bit, by like 30 points each.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But again, you have a 0 and you're
Captain.
basically set. I don't know. I find
And
it difficult
yeah.
to think that I'm going to put any priority cards in there.
No, yeah, it'll be an afterthought for me, 100%. It's in season, it's whatever, and then it's what can I fit in if I'm being honest. But for people who are in different positions, it could be something to target. Like if you're thinking about putting money on anyway, or you've got money on, and you could just double it if you get the market credits in.
Yeah, I mean, I do love market credits. Don't get me wrong.
Right, yeah.
But and he said, I'm not playing it. I don't need any more players, so it's no reward for me. Ujia says, stop begging for donations, you influencers. Compete with who will make the greatest content. You still haven't achieved your standing table, whiskey, and cigar making manipulation show goals. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I don't know either.
That's a fun...
I don't know what that means.
Cigar marked manipulation. I don't even like cigars or whiskey, actually. I do want a standing desk, though. Appreciate that. Mikey Basson said he's at 3 years, 6 months, and 28 days for Quinny. Ah, man.
Wow.
Ryan said, I love that our advent calendar is a coupon with 5 rules and restrictions if we win. Let's get back to real questions. D1872, and there are some on Twitter. We'll get to those as soon as we bang through these in the live chat. I feel like people who show up for the live chat get some priority in getting their answers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Would you not be as well buying a player or a stack on winter break than with the 2-week break? So like buying players who are not playing?
I mean, yeah, that's the thing we've seen in the past, right? When there's no utility for a player, their price normally is deflated or, suppressed. That's the thing. Sometimes it's not though. Like, I don't know, like it's going to change on like how long they have to come back. I know you mentioned 2 weeks. I don't know what that league that would be. I don't know. Ligue 1 maybe? I don't know.
Ligue 1 is off for 2 weeks, yeah.
Okay. So let's just...
They're back in game week 41. And what's this weekend? 30. Yeah, they missed 37-39. Like,
got you.
It's not so bad.
No.
Even though my champ gallery is very, very limited.
Yeah, I feel like that as well. All my cards in champ are basically Ligue 1.
Mike said, I don't think 2 to 4 weeks is enough of a price drop. It's possible.
It's possible because people might move into Prem cards. Like that's a thing. SPFL, like there's certain things. Maybe not the SPFL because it's contender. And if people are in champ already, you're not going to get rid of your Ligue 1 cards for, Celtic cards. I don't know. Like there might be a bit of a drop, but it might not be noticeable to where like you go, oh, wow, that's a buy signal. I don't know if there's going to be that like light bulb moment when it halves in price. Like it's not going to do that,
No.
Unless
I did see somebody
injured,
tweeting about how they were selling their Prem cards for MLS. And it felt wild to me to do that like before the busiest part for the Prem. But maybe they think this is max pricing, and
I get that. Was it in season or did they not say?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, maybe they just don't fancy themselves over this period, fixture wise. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but to gamble on the MLS when we don't even know anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many transfers to happen. Like there's so many unknowns at this point and it's still months away. Like I get preparing for it, but I also think play what's in front of you. Like we're in the business now of playing what's in front of you more than ever before.
More than ever.
Like I used to prep for the summers, like under 23 summers. Like you can still prep. I'm not saying don't prep, but ultimately there's a ticking time bomb on these in-season cards, you know, and that element has to shift like priorities. Like it does.
Surely.
You've got to play the here and now. Like play the
Yeah.
game that's in front of you this game week. Basically, is my best advice.
Speaking of this game week, JG said, would you prioritize the target competition or Prem in-season Division 5?
I'd have to see the team. If you want to let us know your gallery, and we can, you know, maybe quickly build out that team, and I'll let you know. But you know, it's all on the team.
I don't even need to see it. Prem,
What you go
all
for?
day.
Prem? Okay, yeah,
All
I was leaning there anyway.
Can't get relegated. There's only
True.
upside.
True.
Get a box. Get a box that might give you some essence. I mean, you might get a market credit too. Anyway, won't be as much as what you could possibly win, but yeah, I would just go for it. All right. So I wanted to address this first. I don't know if this is the first one from our good friend Mike Penn, M Penn 10. Can you build my 3 in-season limited Premier League lineups for the coming weekend, please? The last 3 or 4 weeks, I've had the right pieces to win, but haven't managed to get them in the same lineup, nor have I got the captain choice right. Mike, this is literally what Harry does every week. Every week for the members in his community, although everybody gets 2. Mike's getting a little greedy here, asking for 3, but he may have found the right show to ask. So let's do it.
Yeah, we can do a freebie for Mike, can't we?
Mike has done enough for the community here that I'm willing to. Mike, yeah. All right. So we have two Division 1s and a Division 2.
Wow. Okay.
Well done, Mike. All right. So goalie, he's got a whole bunch of cards here. Wow. All right. So we have Raya away to Palace, Pickford at home against Chelsea, Emiliano Martinez home against Man City, Dean Henderson at home against Arsenal on the other side, Fabianski home against Brighton, Dubravka away to Ipswich, and that's it. I'm assuming Ederson. Oh, maybe. Is Ederson back?
I think he is back, actually.
What a mess. Ederson and home against Villa.
It's Ryo Fabianski for me.
So we've got 2 D1s, so you could play them both in D1.
Okay.
Pick score like Ryan is a double A. Everybody else is an A. Do you definitely go with, let's see, he had a 90 in his return. Jeez.
Yeah, he crushed at home. It's either the stack or if you really want to peak, I think I might go Robinson, honestly.
I was thinking the same thing.
You got to back that fixture. De Bruyne
midfielders, he has everybody you'd want. Bruno, Saka, De Bruyne, Smith Rowe, Szoboszlai, Odegaard, Rice.
Does he have Saka forward? If not, then maybe we have to play Saka here.
He does not.
Okay. Then maybe let's just use the Saka for now. I'm probably going double mid with Bruno, honestly, but let's just see what I think he has Palmer. I could be wrong though. Ooh, I like the Isak Gordon.
Oh, he does
Palmer
have Palmer
forward. Yeah, I'd be tempted to go Palmer and then probably Bruno to complete that.
Oh, Palmer currently not in the projection, probably because Chelsea have that midweek, although he won't play it anyway. Yeah. But I assume he becomes a double or triple A once that gets in.
Yeah, easy. It's Palmer for me. I know Salah's. You could argue the Newcastle stuff's quite fun. I think I'd probably prioritize the Newcastle stuff in this second lineup now. But yeah, Bruno for the extra and probably captain as well.
I think you're right.
Pens. I know Palmer the same. You could argue Palmer. Isn't whatever. Like they're both probably going to do 80 plus. I'd like to think.
You're that confident of Palmer over Salah and Cunha?
Yeah, definitely. Cunha's suspended. He fucking ragged someone's eyes out. Did you see that?
Oh, that's right.
I don't know if he's actually suspended, but I'm sure he's going to get suspended.
Yeah.
He's got to, surely. I do like the Newcastle stuff, though, and I think I'm going to go... I would go something like Hall and then the 2 forwards in here.
Well, let's just stick them in. So Hall, Gordon, and Isak?
I think so, yeah. And then who's the... I mean, you
Bruno.
could even go Bruno, yeah. And maybe play the differential and go the West Ham keeper for me at home.
That's interesting.
I mean, like you can go all in and think Newcastle are going to get the clean sheet, and if that makes you feel better as a builder, I get it. But then also, Brighton have been shocking, and I just not to say West Ham are great, but you could go all in. But the issue is there's going to be quite a few of those Newcastle stacks. So,
I mean, he's at let's see, 14.5% on most of them. I guess Hall is a little lighter. I'm not sure you pick any other goalie though in this. I mean, I get Dubravka's obviously the other option.
yeah. Who are the rest of the mids? Sorry, Laird, before I just I jumped at the Bruno one just because it was Newcastle based. But is there anything else in the mids that could come into play? Emil Smith-Rowe was benched last game. He probably comes in.
Yeah, it's basically Odegaard or Rice.
Odegaard, Rice. Even Jacob Murphy's been pretty handy. But you can't really trust that over a Bruno, can you? Caicedo could be quite fun. Yeah, I don't mind that, honestly. But again, I don't think it's much in it. Like it's fine margins, isn't it?
Right. Did I actually save that other one?
Ben says Delap is suspended, so we will struggle to score. That's coming from an Ipswich fan, so it's interesting.
Who do you captain in this lineup?
Ooh, I think I'm going Hall.
That's what I was going to say.
Because it's not dead if he doesn't get a DA, but you probably want him to. I know the rest you want to get DAs as well, but I think he's the most DA/AA, as a combination play for me.
He feels like the one who's most likely to get 100 with only one DA.
Right. Yeah.
All right. 2 down, 1 to go. Do we even want to? I mean,
this is where it gets tricky because we're going to want to play Dubravka here, aren't we? Really?
I assume so, yeah.
I mean, it's not tricky. It's fine. It's whatever.
What do you think the upside of Emiliano Martinez is at home against Man City?
Not very. I'd say 70 max. 80 max, which is still amazing. But does he get it? I can't see.
That's what I'm saying. City may have tons of possession and just not even that many shots.
Maybe. In the way they're going, maybe, yeah. I can't disagree with that. Even Villa haven't been great defensively, so I don't know if I can even...
True, that's fair. That's fair.
And again, City, I don't know if we need to take that risk. What have we got down here, then?
This looks like Gabriel to me.
Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah,
over
easy.
Vardiol, Kilman, and Munoz.
You probably got to fit a few more of the Arsenal boys in, I would say. Does Odegaard, Rice get in? Probably. If I know Emil Smith-Rowe's going to play, I don't mind that as a shout. I just don't know if he's nailed for this weekend.
It doesn't seem worth the risk.
Yeah, so I'd go Rice, Odegaard.
This bad.
Yeah, well, a couple of BCMs in there. He's been doing things. It's just not showing, I guess, as you want it to. And then you've probably got to go Salah, haven't you? Let's be real.
There's no one else, I think, realistically, that I'm even considering. If Cunha was going to play, I mean, I guess Haaland. I'm not going to play Haaland.
No, you can't. It's got to be Salah, hasn't it, really? And then Rice. I still think it is a good team. It is a good Prem team.
Who do you captain?
Ooh. Now that Rice is tinkering on sets and stuff, I think you'd probably go Rice. Salah's definitely a wicked option as well.
That's what I was thinking of, but I think either one.
Because you've got to fancy Tottenham to concede a couple there, and Salah's going to be involved, isn't he? Regardless.
What do you think about the kind of non-statistical? I don't even want to call it luck, but this Mohamed Salah card was Peter Stoyanov's, and he sold it to Mike.
Wow!
And it's yesterday, so it's a brand new card to Mike. It's the only reason why I would consider captain.
Okay, yeah, I like that little omen, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Surely there's good karma here.
You'd hope so, because Peter's a good guy. So
Right.
if anything, like if a card's going to carry karma from somebody, it's probably Peter.
Right.
Isn't
Exactly. And they had the competition, and being able to. The best part is that if this lineup smashes, this is the Division 2 lineup, goes to Division 1. Mike can rub it in Peter's face a little bit. It's just that's all it is. So Mike, if you are watching or listening, if you go to your lineup builder and you hit community lineups, you'll see the 3 that we made here.
They're all different, you know.
Yeah.
They're all very different, and they're all in good spots.
Yeah, I think very few people would do this. Would split Dubravka with the rest of the Newcastle stack.
100%. You know, might not pay off. Obviously.
Raya with the Arsenal stack.
Yeah.
He is begging for a Saka forward card, though.
Yeah, that would be quite nice. I think a lot of people will play Robertson this weekend, won't they? He's going to be a fan favourite. Antoine Robinson.
Yeah.
In that fixture.
Yeah.
And then watch now. I think Tete went off injured, but I guarantee you the other fullback just pops. That's just how it works, right? Like the obvious one just doesn't do what you think it's going to do. And
right.
Yeah.
Mike said it's Christmas, so it has to be the Angel Gabriel for captain. Graham said Tonali looked pretty good last game, playing a little deeper. Toby was looking in at Kilman. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind Kilman. The one thing not that it really matters, but Rice obviously being on set pieces, Gabriel, being one of the scorers from set pieces quite frequently. I like how they're both together. I know Raya's not in there, but whatever.
Yep. Agreed. And did Emi Martinez get hurt? What did they say?
Think
Pulled
so.
up lame?
It was a couple of games ago, I believe.
Oh.
I'm sure. Maybe not, though, because it looks like he's played all of them, but didn't he come off injured? He definitely came off.
Was it a cup game or something, maybe?
Oh,
this one.
Yeah, that one.
45 minutes.
That's him. Yeah.
Okay.
I like them. They're fun teams.
There you go, Mike. 10% for each of us. Thank you very much. All right. I don't know if these are in order because I felt like they weren't, but whatever. We'll just go down the list here. We got Risu's looking for, do you think Sorare will do anything for collectors anytime soon? Special tournament for collectible cards, jersey mints, one of special editions, higher XP if you complete a full collection, reward the top collectors with club merch or Sorare merch.
I mean, they've done that before, haven't they? The top collectors won the third point. So they've done it. Did they do it again is the question. I'd like to think so, but maybe not in the middle of the season. Maybe for next year. Maybe I don't know. I'm just thinking logistically, like what they get in when they get their new licenses and whatever. I don't know how all these things work necessarily, but I'm just guessing that, with the amount of like jerseys and stuff they've given away already, it feels like they're kind of just getting rid of everything at this point, right? I could be wrong, but that's how it feels.
Yeah.
As far as they give higher XP if you complete a full collection, I mean, I definitely see the arguments for it. I could understand why a collector or even a non-collector would argue those points, and the Sorare see it the same way. I don't know. I don't know whether they want to keep giving more and more to collections. Like, I don't know. I think there's enough to be given already, but it is a bit weird how you can just go over the threshold and it doesn't mean anything. The 750. I get it. I do.
I'm the donkey who would complete, like, I'm 10 cards short of this collection, but I'm already at 5%. I'm the donkey who would buy the 10. If I got,
I get it.
6%.
Right. I mean, they get 6% in Super now for whatever reason. So it's like, just give it to all of them. But then I also think like it is a lot. Like it is a lot of XP. If you make up a card and how the XP is sort of shared out, 6% go into collections, I think is a lot. I think 5's a lot, but that's the game we're playing, and whatever. Like you just got to play the game that's in front of you, in my opinion. But I don't know. I don't think that's on the forefront of their brain, like giving another extra percentage. And then special tournaments, I'd like to think that they're thinking about things like that. Yeah, because the amount of collections that they have sort of shoved down our throats in a lot of ways, for a lot of positive stuff. You'd like to think there'd be something related to, whether it's jersey mints, whether it's special ed. I mean, we're getting the special ed one, aren't we? The neon.
Yeah, we are.
I guess it's not special. It's just
it's
neon.
not. Yeah, I was going to say it's actually just the neon ones. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do. I think Riso, I'd say 2 out of those 3 I'd be quite confident in.
I think a jersey mint tournament is easy. It doesn't even have to be all jersey mints. Have one, and
Have
just like
one
let
jersey
people
mint.
play that way.
Yeah.
The 1 week where you're going to do cap 200, use those for a
Yeah. Well,
tournament for jersey mints or 1/0s or something like that.
right. Like it doesn't do much to the market necessarily. I don't think. Depends what the prices are, I guess. But there's no harm in that. Like, what's the harm? Like you said, just switch it around from a 220 or whatever they were going to plan to do anyway.
I mean, I was going to say you could even do an in-season one where like your classic card could be a jersey mint, and even that like gets people looking at classic jersey mints.
Good point.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Breaking in from the live chat because we're going to prioritize you guys. Do I buy into Challenger in season now or just wait for MLS in February? I think I'm pretty much out of Prem players to buy.
Yeah, Daniel was the one. Remember the Munoz?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's Daniel Cooper, I
Yeah.
think, in the chat. Yeah, Daniel's Prem gallery's pretty stacked. I mean, most of his gallery's pretty stacked at limited. I mean,
It's a great line. I'm out of Prem players to buy.
Yeah, like he actually is. Yeah, he's done it all, I think, and he's got like collections on collections of like last year. He's got like 3 Liverpool collections that are like 5%. It's kind of wild. But yeah, I mean, I'm waiting. I know I'm waiting personally.
I bought 3 collections on Friday, or Thursday.
Yeah, you can't say much. Yeah,
So
I got to 3% on a Circular Brews collection earlier. Like, I count that as a collection? Yeah, whatever. Like, there's 7 cards there. What constitutes a collection? Like, what's the minimum? Obviously, the max is 5%. But like, what collection bonus are we talking? Is it 2? Is it 3?
I think the moment you buy a card you will never play is when you've built the collection. I don't care what the percentage is.
Okay. Yeah. Like you're just admitting defeat on certain players, basically, and going, you know
right,
what?
Yeah. You're like, you
did a
look at
collection
the
score.
whatever the amount of money it costs to get that card, and you were like, I am buying bonuses for the cards that I care about.
That's fair. Yeah. Which usually, I think if you're doing that, you're basically at 2% at that point anyway. Really, kind of, in a way, 1.5%. I know that doesn't exist, but as far as the collection points go, yeah, fair enough. I got that.
Yeah. Gia said they asked in a survey about specials for collections, tactics, etc. I'm pretty sure plenty of participants replied positively to their questions, so they're planning for something like that. How do we know that plenty of people replied like that?
Yeah.
Did I take that one? I don't think I did. Can't remember the last one I did. There's something about cap modes, maybe. You and Quinny did it on one of you guys streamed together.
That was a while ago.
That was like a couple weeks ago, right?
Really? Oh, maybe. I don't know. Time flies.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you, genuinely.
Cameron said, I need goalkeeper advice for game week 37 this coming weekend. Can you help, please? Sure. But we're going to need a lot more info.
Yeah, like I know Cam's a massive Challenger player, so I don't know whether he means in Challenger or is he going to prioritize the 250? I don't really know, but we can definitely help with it.
What is Cameron's
Cameron M74.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, yeah, is that his name? Is that? Yeah.
Did I spell it wrong?
Cameron
M. There we go. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to go to All-Star to see all of those goalies anyway. I don't trust Mignolet this week. I wouldn't trust Branderhorst or Koosmans. This Sporting goalie situation is so ugly. Like,
it's so bad. Ever since Amram's gone, it's just horrendous, isn't it? I'm going Roof or Schrendler because Warwick are horrendous.
They are really bad.
Like really bad.
Yeah, I think it's one of those two. Do you have anyone else? Do you have Watanabe?
I think he does, yeah. Oh, no. I thought he did. Maybe not.
Solve that problem. Although plenty of people are good here. Jeez. Oh, PSV Feyenoord. Thank God. Sorry.
Nick. Yeah, it's probably a Raho if he plays.
I sold Wata. Why? Why would you do that?
No. It's got to be packs
Kenny
10.
Taylor's definitely on for 100, by the way, this game week
100%.
against
Benfica
Ola.
at home. Oh, yeah.
This is what I would
Solid.
do.
Mm-hmm. Standard Liège are quite tricky. Honestly, I'd stick my neck out and say Schrendela, personally. Because I know Liège are actually okay.
That's fair.
And like gameplay midweek, not that it matters for the keeper, but obviously the outfielders are there to stop the keeper conceding. Yeah. I don't know. And Schrendela, when he gets a clean sheet, he can get to the 80s comfortably.
Yeah.
You've got to take, I know there's collection bonus involved there and whatever, like he's an old card, but I'd fancy them both to do well, but I think Schrendela scores a bit better.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with that. Dana said, I wish BHAB didn't exist so I could get the one of Seattle players when they get released. Yeah, that's good. That's a tough buy. He's
like the YNWA of MLS.
Seattle, yeah.
Yeah, Seattle.
All right. Parapress was here earlier and submitted a ton of questions. It's taking advantage, I think, a little bit. But here we are.
Yeah.
Do you think Sorare will reach the heights it should and become the #1 fantasy football game? The concept of like it should is kind of funny to me.
Yeah, like in our brains, we might think it should, but like in the world's view of that, so I don't know. Like, yeah, what is the number one fantasy game right now? If
FPL,
to just give me,
I assume
it is, and that's are we talking because it's just raw numbers? Like that's how we're constituting like number one. Because what's your criteria of like number one?
Right, like more people probably spend money on Sorare than they do FPL.
Yeah, easy. So, well, maybe not easy, but yeah, that's my thing. It's like, what's the criteria here?
Yeah,
tough one to say, but I think it could. I'm not saying it's gonna have more people playing than FPL. I'm saying like as a product, it could be. I mean, would you argue it's more successful? Like it makes more money. I don't know what. It's a different thing though, isn't it? Like FPL is not there to make money, so it's like.
Yeah, I think what I come back to is, Sorare could be the #1 fantasy football game in the world, and most people could never hear of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like FPL is very popular in the UK, and there are users all over the world. But most of the world has never heard of FPL.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so it's kind of like even if they got to be the biggest one, I don't think Sorare are anywhere close to being like a household name.
No, but with the connections they have, like with teams and licenses, I think that eventually has to. Well, you'd like to think it has to come.
It could.
You'd hope. I'm not saying it will, but you'd like to think it could and should maybe.
I'm just saying, like, if you look at like corporate sponsors of the Prem or individual teams, there are plenty where you look at the logo and you're like, I have no idea what that is, and you don't care.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a small not majority. It's a minority of the people in the world play like fantasy games. Like. But in their own in our own little bubble, like how do we? Is it going to become the biggest in soccer, let's say, or football related? I think it will, but I just don't know what the metric. Like the metric's definitely not like the most people playing, because I think FPL will always do that because it's free. Like I don't think you should even compare it personally, because it's like comparing apples and oranges. Like they're just like they're both fruit, but they're just not the same. For me, like but that's the issue. There's no other Sorare.
I think what the humongous benefit that FPL has in terms of the number of users they have, and we'll even call it like user growth, is that there is absolutely zero downside to giving up. That you can sign up, play 2 weeks, stop playing, and you've lost nothing. And in Sorare, like, we put money into the game, and so we want to be able to get a return on that. And so I feel like every Sorare user is just so much more valuable than an FPL user, and trying to get as many users as FPL is like almost unnecessary. Like if they had that many Sorare, like it is wildly successful.
Right. It goes back to like, I don't know, the word's not buying power, but like it's like, yeah, one Sorare viewer, their spending habits are like considerably higher than an FPL user on
Surely.
average. You know, I know there's overlap, but you know what I mean? Like there's something in that. Like one Sorare view is probably the equivalent to like maybe 50 FPL. I don't know. Like I don't know what the ratio is, but I bet you it's quite high if you're talking like this is like a marketing thing that I'm kind of going into here. But you know what I'm saying? Like they're more valuable from like a consumer perspective.
Yeah. Surely.
It has to be.
Yeah. Do you think next season's prices will be similar to what we saw this year?
Like in season, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's what I assume. I don't think there's any way to know until we know what if the prizes are bigger next year or not.
Right, yeah, because
Like
they're
we know,
still in control of that, aren't they? They
right? Like
control. They have the nugget, and they go. The nugget's bigger this year.
right.
Prices have to go up. Like you know, that's how it should work in theory.
Yeah, I've seen a few people, and Anion just said it in the live chat that they think that it'll be lower. Like I have no idea. I really don't.
It's so hard to say, isn't it? But like, remember
We're
last
like
year,
3
this
months
year, sorry.
in, 4 months
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Like,
but like, remember this year, sorry, when Contender came out first, and like everyone spunked on Contender cards. That was the issue.
that was
You
the
know,
huge
like
issue.
that was the big issue. Like if they did Champ first, I genuinely think they would have been way higher than what they ended up being.
So it's a great line. I heard that Sora controlled the internet. Shout out to Queenie again. I think next year's, I think the user base will be smarter next year. And I genuinely think we will not see those absurd Contender prices because people will wait for Champ.
Yeah.
And so,
Definitely.
and I can already see people will be like, uh-oh, the first 2 weeks are much lower than last year. And I think it's generally because people will want to play Champ and Prem and La Liga and Bundesliga, and they'll wait.
Do you remember the price of some of the limiteds? Like they were like 60x.
It was like
50p cards going for 30 quid.
Yeah, right. Like
it was like honestly, looking back, it was nuts, wasn't it?
It was absolutely nuts. And yeah, there was no reason for them to be that high.
No. Other than they were the only thing out. Like, you know, they were the only card to buy, basically. So that's why there was such a rush, because everyone was like, well, there's no Champ. I'm just going to, let me just click this. I'm going to get an extra 10%.
Right. And what made it even worse is Contender was running. Like we had in-season Contender cards already that weren't European.
Right, yeah.
Like you could have played it without European cards, and yet everybody was just like, let's go.
Scotland.
Right.
Yeah, Konate was crazy priced.
It was Kareem Konate, though, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Kareem Konate. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I had it up.
And he's done his ACL.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Wow.
Like $171.
Fucking hell.
And the rare floor right now is 27.
Wow.
Do you think I bet you could get the super rare for less?
Yeah.
Classic super is 190.
Crazy. You know, well, yeah. You can't do anything about the injury, but even with the injury, I don't think he's going to be that price, and nowhere near that price, would it be right now? Even if he was Barco, like Barco's probably not even going to be priced at that.
When did Norway leave Europe, Lairdinho? Did I say there were no European leagues in Contender? Sorry. Shout out Rosenberg. And he said, are there numbers to see how well this year actually was for revenue? Is CryptoSlam a reliable source? Maybe that dictates the prize pool for next year. I would assume that the revenue from this year 100% dictates the prize pool for next year.
Yeah.
We do it all in ETH, but like this is the chart. So like, you think this was this Konate day where they made 300 ETH in one day?
Yeah.
But like this is how it should look. Yeah. All of the cards.
Is that in ETH? Did you say? Sorry, Led,
this is ETH. Yeah.
So like 72 ETH a day, or that like that's
that day. Yeah.
Got you.
We didn't see it at the time, but Sorare was back. I wouldn't go that far.
But you've got to think as well, like with the money they hold, it's probably in ETH as well, isn't it? Like reserve wise, a lot of it. So like that's gone up. That's got to help, hasn't it, in some way?
I have no idea how they do it. Like I assume that they hold more fiat now than ever because more people play in fiat. But
interesting.
I don't know what I don't know if they always held ETH or they bought ETH to pay out. Like I genuinely don't know.
Yeah. So if,
I would
okay, so
assume
if they say, go on.
I was going to say I assume that they would hold ETH because you have to pay a fee to buy ETH and to distribute it. So like just hold a bunch at one time. And he said they have to hold both. Yeah, I agree.
Sounds right. Yeah. What was I going to say?
Can we name the release of Euro Contender early access cards as Konate Day?
It literally was Konate Day. Somebody won. Remember, he like bought Konate and won a Konate. Like he had.
That's right. That's right.
He had a double bubble.
Daniel said, "Didn't Gary Vee buy some crypto thing the other day? He might save us again soon." Did he save us? Raku said, "I don't understand why they don't publicly announce that next year's prize pool is a certain percentage of this year's revenue. Because what if they make so much money and they can keep more than they originally thought? Like that's what businesses should try to do.
Don't risk it." That was what I was going to ask, Led. So if they say tomorrow, next year's price was going to be 10 mil instead of 15, like it was this year, like what does that do? Does that third prices, like from what we saw Konate go for, last year? How do you think the perception would affect it that much, let's say?
I think it would be like that much of a drop, I think would be like amazingly detrimental.
Okay. So there's pressure on Sorare to, not do that, obviously, if they want us to believe that everything's, dandelions and daisies or whatever. Okay. Yeah. What about
I do wonder,
does that matter to you?
I do wonder how much everyone reacts if it's the same. And the negative for Sorare is I'm not sure how much it has to go up for people to get excited about it.
Yeah.
Like going from 15 to 20 is a humongous amount of money.
Right.
But like, does going from 15 to 16 or 15 to 17 make people think like, well, that's not that good? It's more, right, yeah. And they'll be like bigger than ever, but like, and
does it matter,
it is
basically?
Good.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem with big numbers like that is ultimately you have no idea like what that means for your rare in-season challenger lineup. Like what's the prize pool every game? And they'll tell us, and there'll be people, I won't do it, but there'll be people like, oh, okay. So on a main game week in 2024, top prize was $1,200 and now it's $1,350. And it's like, is that enough to get it? I don't know.
Because like the max prize in rare, say $3,000 right now, in dollars. Like let's say if it does go up to 17.5 mil for next season, and that $3,000 turns into 3.5, like does that really matter? Like 500 quid to win something that you might not even win anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that is the jump, but I wouldn't even feel that jump. So if it was like $6,000, if it doubled, then you're like, wow, okay.
Then you're like, yeah, exactly.
Then you're like, wow, right.
Yeah. Toby said, I don't think they can cut the overall prize pool next season. Like they can, but I think it would be very bad. I agree with that. I think a reduction would be really bad. And I think keeping it the same is probably fine, but people will find a negative about it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, it means Sora's not growing. It means this. That's
right.
What that'll...
Right.
Yeah.
But like there are plenty of people who are making very good money this year in this game. Anion said, how do you guys think classic prices will impact next season's prices? I assume it's harder to convince people to spend 10x for an in-season card than 2x, so it kind of has an impact too. Or I don't think classic card prices matter anymore for in-season. I talked about this with Keith, and we were going to do a whole show on it, which reminds me, we just never did. But the primary thing that you should focus on when deciding how much to pay for an in-season card is how much you can win with that card and not whatever the classic card is worth.
Yeah. It's irrelevant
Genuinely,
at
I
this
don't
point.
think not that it doesn't matter, because for like the classic Kimmich is still
Yeah.
like a very valuable in-season card. But if you're looking at a guy that like you would never play the classic version in in-season lineup, and you're like, well, if his classic card is $5, I'm not going to pay more than $25 for his in-season. Like, I think that the for a vast majority of the cards on the platform, the price difference between in-season and classic it doesn't matter anymore. I genuinely believe that.
Yeah.
It's all about how much you can win. Daniel said, just up the amount I can win for first in D1 and I'll be happy.
$1 more then.
Yeah. Pico Player said they'll do 20 million with, quote, might change later clause. People will skyrocket prices in middle of the year, so we'll nerf everything as planned. I don't think that they will ever nerf a cash amount that they've announced.
Yeah, because that would kill them, wouldn't it, really?
I think not only would it kill them, I think regulators come knocking at the door and they're like,
interesting,
your game is done. Like, that's a big thing with DFS, that they have to publish. And again, this is like in the US, they're subject to gambling licenses now, or some of them have like literally fantasy sports licenses, but they have to announce the prize pool beforehand. And once it's announced, like,
can't change.
Yeah. Ryan said, I think you're giving us too much credit. New condom wrappers will drop and we are swiping for sure. Mike said a reduction gives a negative signal without some other factors to justify it. Yeah, I don't even think it matters what the reasons are. They could give us perfect reasons, totally understandable. And if it goes down, people are like, all right, I'm out. And they'll go find another game that doesn't do what Sorare does, and then they'll come back.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea if they'll come back. Reiku said, if they announce the total prize pool as a certain prize pool, people would argue less against Sorare's actions, similar to poker. I mean, we know what the prize, I mean, they gave us exactly what it is. Daniel said, just buy in-season cards, then play classic with them the season after, or it's all bonus after. I think that's how the game is going to work from now on.
Definitely.
Sorry, this coughing is now starting up again. Toby said, I really hope they keep being as transparent with the prize pools as they were this summer. What was this summer that they were transparent about?
Well, they gave us like a bit of a breakdown, didn't they? Kind of
Oh, like what it
would look like on a certain game week and stuff. I don't know. Maybe that.
Silver Soul said, we all love this game so much. We'll be here in 10 years playing a year-long comp for an official Premier League pencil case.
I don't discredit that.
Ryan said, next Europe, we will get a new card design, but do you think they change the special edition effects, and does the wrapper change? I think yes to all of it.
They have to evolve them. Like,
yeah.
Otherwise, what are we paying designers for? You know, like they're just using last year's like animations and stuff. It's a bit like, well,
right. All right, let's get back to Twitter. Rikamon said, what defensive stack goalie defender would you get for Challenger in season under $50?
Limited?
Is that rare or limited?
Yeah.
I can't
It's
believe
got to be limited. Yeah. I can't believe it. Let's have a look.
Gent.
Rof
Watanabe. Let's do it. What do we got? 25 for Rof. I bet Watanabe's 25 also. This is dollars too. 13. Oh my God. I'm just giving cards away.
It might not be limited. I don't know. Do you think it is?
How many? What was it? 50 pounds? $50. How many?
Yeah.
How many Challenger goalkeepers are under $50?
I'd say quite a lot. Maybe not in season. They'll be in and around that price. Yeah.
Rikamon said it was limited.
Okay.
But here we go. Joe Willis, $24. Oh my God.
I'd probably get a Burnley defensive stack. Trafford's £35 Oh, that's in season's too expensive. Yeah, sorry.
How much is he in season?
Like nearly £50.
Oh yeah. Daniel said, honestly, buy Biscaglia and don't even get a keeper.
That's amazing. I don't think there's that many. Well,
Toby said Kuzman Simic. What's Kuz?
who are they away to? Aren't they away to somebody?
Genk.
Yeah.
He's getting smoked this week.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be doing that for this weekend, honestly.
I don't think it was for this weekend. It was just.
Oh, wasn't it? Just in general.
No, just would you get a challenger for in season under 50?
Yeah, fair enough then.
What I wouldn't do is wait and get an MLS one.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, Kus is only £17 in season. I can see that.
And who was the other guy? Simic? I don't really know Anderlecht that
Yeah,
well.
he's like 17. He's very young.
Wow.
19. He's on loan from AC. Well, he used to play for AC Milan. He's good.
Serbian name Giancarlo. I know it's like Giancarlo, but I like that call.
Yeah.
I think Jupiler probably more than Eredivisie.
Probably. It's not that many to choose from, really.
Do you go to Turkey? I don't really know enough about Turkey. Is my problem.
All you can do is like Muslera. Livakovic got injured,
He's
so
hurt now, right?
Yeah. So there's basically nobody in. Besiktas have been rubbish. No, I don't think I'd go to Turkey. No.
Yeah. Wow, Plogman is $9.
Yeah, he's pretty cheap. I was thinking that, but they don't really have a good defender.
No, they don't have a good anything other than Briam
Brown.
and one of the twins or brothers.
Edvardson. Oh, Ant-Man's good. Ant-Man's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got like 3 like cams and they're all just really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kuiper Mignolet is the standard one, isn't it?
I do not buy anybody from Heerenveen, meaning Mickey Vanderhart or Noppert.
Don't
as much as I love Mats Kurler, who's hurt now.
Yeah, Trubin.
Oh, that's a good call. That's not wait. Trubin's got to be way more expensive.
He's actually not that expensive. Well, I say that. I know his classics now. I don't know what he's in season.
Yeah, 57. Too much.
Yeah, too much.
Diogo Costa, I assume price? He's too much too.
Yeah,
49.
60 cents for the defender. We're fine. Rico Man's a sporting fan.
That's why he's looking for a new one. He's done this with this Franco-Israel in and out.
Yeah.
Parapress, if you had to make one signing for my gallery up to £100, who would you buy?
Oh, okay.
I haven't looked at Parapress's gallery in a while.
I know he's doing in-season champ, isn't he? So let's see. Filter it by like price. Okay, yeah. So Bruno, De Gea, Højbjerg, Burshoff. Quite a couple of good mids, a couple of good forwards.
Hold on, let me take the limiteds out. I assume
I'm going to argue before seeing too much else. I'm going to say defender. Aaron Barrow's okay. Gossens, yeah. Kenny Lala.
This gallery is just screaming for a collection.
Yeah. It's missing a good defender for me. Not that there's like an abundance of them in champ, but I think a really solid defender, whatever that looks like.
Looks like Alessio Buongiorno usually.
What about like a Kevin Danso? Danso's been really good for Lons. Robinson, yeah, I can get behind that, Pat. Yeah, it's screaming.
What's he going for now?
I reckon like £90. Oh no, way more. Wow.
Yeah, he's more. 2 weeks ago. $45.
Yeah. To Gaza. Yeah. What's Danso's price? Kevin Danso.
do it.
That'll do it on the nose. Yeah, there's your defender. Probably. I was thinking Hakimi. Obviously, he's going to be way too expensive. Marquinhos maybe, but doesn't mind a little rotation now and again. Yeah, on the nose as
Price-wise,
well.
it works.
Yeah. Di Lorenzo?
Somebody just said Oliveira.
They're all around $100.
Yeah.
I'd say you wouldn't be going too far wrong with any of those three. Maybe
Agreed.
Oliveira as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Tilo Kerr. Yeah, Kerr's decent. I don't mind that shout.
I've almost bought him so many times.
I won his Super Air led end of last season, and I just sold it. I was just like, well, I knew he was going as well, and I was just a bit like, well, I don't care.
Surely he's been better than anybody could have expected.
Oh yeah, way better. Way better. Couldn't get a game for Tottenham, West Ham.
Yeah.
I think Mendes is slightly injured, definitely for this midweek. Not that it matters now. Yeah. So.
Yeah. FPL Evolution, which is literally so rare. I think I know the answer to this, but if you're choosing between two players who both have an L40 average of 60, one gets 60 every week and one gets 80 half the time and 40 the rest of the time, which one do you choose?
You need to tell me the position.
I won't. Yeah, what? I mean, I guess. My response is always just like, it depends what the matchup is.
Yeah.
Like if one gets 80 half the time, my guess is they get it at home more often. And so when they're at home in a good matchup, I play that guy. And if he has a bad matchup, I play the other one.
If it's a keeper, I'm taking the guy who gets 60 every game, basically. And then if it's an outfielder, I'm taking the guy who gets 80 half the time.
Yeah. If matchups are the same, yeah, I'd probably take the upside on the outfielder for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mike of Pompeii, I have a gallery full of U23s. A big chunk of them are in season. I play across all comps, but I'm often let down by having to use my U23 keepers in the other comps. Should I pick up some non-U23 keepers to help with the youngsters?
I used to have this problem a lot.
You did, right?
Until I bought Nishikawa, and my life just changed forever. That's a clip. Clip it.
Oh, man.
So the issue is there, okay, Mike. The issue is you're playing your leftover under 23s elsewhere, basically. You know, you're going to play your best under 23 keepers in under 23. So once you've, dismantled that and you're playing, wherever across limited or rail, 3 and 3, you're left with the leftovers. And yeah, those leftovers aren't good enough to get into your under 23 side. So why would they be good enough to play in the big comps? That's the way I look at that. So yeah.
Right. Like the goalkeeper's not holding him back.
Yeah, exactly. You just need, you need outfielders that goalies that aren't under 23 that could, be first names on your like 5-man lineups, basically.
Sorare Noodles, which I've never seen before, is a great name. Buy a duplicate of the better U23 goalies, and then you're not pulling them away.
And you're just getting 40s across the board.
Yeah. FPL Evolution again. I see so much reaction to keepers being rested or rotated. Do you move to sell that keeper who loses his place if you feel it could be long-term, or do you hold your nerve? In reverse, do you jump on keepers who suddenly play, or do you wait until their place is more secure?
Answer to the second question is like, I've been stung loads of times, like thinking, I did it this week with Danny Ward. I mean, I don't know the issue yet. Like it's a risk if Hermansson's like actually out for a couple of weeks or not yet with the groin injury. Sometimes you do have to take the risk because otherwise the price jumps up too much and there's no upside in it at that point. So like, I like those thrills. Like I like that little gamble sometimes if you're just watching a game or whatever and you can see somebody's gone down. If you're first in, it's normally a good thing. like, but obviously, yeah, if the injury isn't as bad as first thought, then that can obviously sting you. If you want to be conservative, just never get involved in it,
I feel like that
which I get.
happened. Was it an MLS game? I forget what it was, but like it was probably Andre Blake because that guy is just like always coming up
Yeah.
lame. But like he took a goal kick in a game and like grabbed his hamstring, and I don't even know who the backup was in Philly this year. But like his price, like literally, people like swept the floor, bought everything, and then he kept playing, and it was like, oh, like there's your risk right there.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
100%.
ever a benefit to selling a goalkeeper who just lost his place if you're selling it for like a backup price. Like if you can sell it for the price of the starter, then like because you're first, then yeah, do it. And on the other side, like don't like keepers who suddenly get starting jobs jump in price. Don't be the top dot on that price graph. Like it's not worth it at that point.
Like me with Danny Ward this midweek, I am the top at £20.
Oh, I mean,
yeah,
rare,
whatever. Yeah, and he's special edition.
Come on. Oh, special? That's like a 40
bargain.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Harry, you bored of Sorare?
No, I'm not, mate, to be honest. Or even to Parrot. No, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm bored. I love, like, I used to spend hours when I was in college, like just scrolling the market, basically. Like the way I built my gallery up was like just sniping things, and like I used to love doing that. Like I bought like Tapsoba for like £1 once. Like I've had some crazy deals.
Bologna, huh?
I was the manual Bologna, yeah.
Were you Jabba the Hutt?
Maybe. Nah, I just used to love just refreshing the page because there'd be so many cards listed all the time, and I got a big thrill out of that because at the time I didn't have a big gallery to play SO5. Now I'm on the other end where I've got a massive, way bigger gallery than I did back then, so I have more fun building lineups. Like my fun has shifted, or it's definitely shifted in a way where I wanted it to. Like I always dreamt, but, I always would have loved the thought of having loads of lineups and having loads of choices and playing the game that way. And it's made me enjoy the game way more and become not bored. If I was still in the position I was, say, 3 years ago, where I still had a very small gallery, I don't think I'd be happy, if that makes sense. As in, like, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, maybe I would be bored because I wouldn't have many SO5 lineups going out, and the market's like not dead, but it's just not the same as it used to be. Like, even though there's cheap prices back then, it was like obviously everything was high, and then if you found a cheap price, it was like jackpot. That doesn't exist anymore, really. And there's bots, so like it's just So my thrills have changed on the game, but I would argue I'm having way more fun than ever before because I have such like a bigger gallery than I did before. But the main thing I love doing right now is building lineups. Like I love building lineups and looking at matchups and stuff. And then I do enjoy like seeing my scores and stuff come in and whatever. But I just, as we all do, I just hate the MPs. I don't care. I just absolutely hate them. And I think that part does make me a bit disengaged on the weekends and stuff, which is whatever. Like I can't do anything at that point, but I do like following my teams and my players. And if I can't do that because they're not playing, that really like annoys me. It really does. Can I do anything about it? No. So it is on me. But yeah, the only part I love about the game right now is building lineups and potentially filling gaps. If there's like, I need to buy a card or something. That's the only things I love doing right now.
Yeah, I can't picture like how I end up getting bored at the game. Like I'm genuinely, and I realize that my job is to not be bored at the game, like genuinely. And so this was probably more of a question for you than me, but like I probably don't spend any less time on Sorare than I used to. It's just very different. And Andon kind of made this point in the chat here, said, I would say I'm winning more, but I have less fun. Maybe because I have all the stars and kind of know I'm winning. So there's no happy surprise, I guess. I do think that there's like a difference in like the dopamine hits are different when you genuinely go into any card reward thinking it's going to suck. and the
Right.
hope of like a great card coming up is much lower. And part of that is because we win cash. And so like when you win cash, like you know what you're getting. Always. And I do wonder if and I don't think that there's like a fair way to do it, but like if there was you finish, where they start adding like cash to boxes, and so it's like, oh, you're opening your cash, like how much cash you're winning, but like, oh, this week I won $20 more, $100 more, whatever it is, and maybe the market credits are their way of doing that. But there was like an excitement about Sorare, and everybody used to like put their their reward videos out, and everybody, oh, great hit, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, it doesn't seem like there are that many now, mostly because like it's not exciting to watch somebody open cash. It's not even opening cash. That actually would be exciting if you had a briefcase full of cash and you, hey, all right, but
cash gun.
Yeah, let's go. No, so yeah, like the way that I play Sorare now is way different than I used to, because now I focus mostly on in season. I really don't think of classic at all now. Like the times that I do, it's like maybe to get an old collection up, and that's just being stupid. Like that's just success in the game allows me to do stupid stuff like filling a Ren collection from a few years ago. But like if you're playing something to win money, like I think a lot of people think of that money as like, oh yeah, I can do whatever I want with it. And I do stupid stuff like buy jersey mints of cards, It's like, so no, I'm not bored.
I mean, I was going to add as well, this is something that I like sort of created myself with the Discord and stuff. Like that alone, not alone, but that as like a community aspect of like playing the game. Like for a long time, I didn't really have that, even though I was like making videos and stuff in my college room. And like I didn't have like a community as such. Like I weren't invited into any Discords or anything. Like at one point I was quite a bit of a recluse maybe. And it was fine at the time because I didn't really know these things existed, like they wasn't really that popular at the time until like I met everyone in America, and we went to the Orlando game, and I went into the Discord or whatever. Like that I sort of got myself into situations and whatever. But then coming back now to the Discord that I've made, like I made that because I didn't have that when I first started, and what a resource that is. Like if I'm starting now, like not just to play, like just in general, if anyone's in the Discord, I'm in the Scandinavia, like there's some amazing ones out there. I'm not just saying mine's this and that. I just think like just having a community to play this game with a community just makes the game 10 times better, and it makes you 10 times less likely to get bored, in my opinion.
Couldn't agree more. I brought this up previously, but I have to bring it up again. This is the group from Orlando.
What a group.
Like epic.
Yeah.
Nashi, there you are. John Nellis, actually, look at that. John Nellis. Trippin' B, Maxime, Jimmer. There's me, Andy Black, PSU fans, and Mike McGee.
Was there anyone else that we're missing there? Or was that
Phantoms?
Yeah. Did he leave at that point?
Let me see. There was a picture from the game. Oh, Skylar was there. Draft Kicks.
Skylar was there. Yeah. I remember that.
And then Nellis is like a video guy.
His toy boy. There he is. There he is in the back. You can see him.
That's him right here. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at him.
So there's a video. Oh, do I have this? I don't have this video. Damn. So there is a video.
And Duncan was there, by the way. Duncan.
What's that?
There. Duncan's there.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, there he is. Yeah, we all got jerseys thanks to Sorare.
Yeah, might have my jersey. Brother. The guy on the left to Nellis, he wasn't part of the group. He just came in and photobombed us, I remember.
But he was like, he watched all of our content and stuff. Like he knew it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that it's Sean left the house. He did.
Yeah. Somehow. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah. The what was I just about to say? Oh, so there is a video. I bet. I can't remember if Nellis tweeted this or not.
Hmm.
And if he did, he probably got rid of it. But right after Orlando won,
Yeah.
he did a Stone Cold Steve Austin with two. What was he drinking? They might have been White Claws, where he
Yeah,
literally
claws
like
on there.
took his shirt off, took that jersey off, slammed them together, and just poured them all over himself.
I
And there was like
remember
this,
that.
there was like this couple sitting next to him, and I'm pretty sure the woman grabbed his stomach and
Yeah. That's come back to me now, you know?
like the seats that we had. Yeah, when Nellis took his shirt off. Oh, it was White Claws. All right, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
funny.
it was so funny. If somebody could like see if you can find that, and surely he should delete that. I don't have that video though. I don't know who took it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's part of the video.
It might be on the vlog. Yeah, it's gotta be led. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got to be,
It
right?
is. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be shocked if that vlog was gone.
Oh, it is gone. Yeah, of course it's gone because he deleted all the Sorare stuff. Remember?
Of course,
It was
it's
like
gone.
it was like 2 videos on there now.
Come on,
She
did
did the
really get
truffle
rid of it?
shuffle. Yeah, he definitely has.
Again, if I was in his spot now, I would delete it as well.
100%, yes. The truffle shuffle. Archived. Yeah. Definitely.
That trip was like peak so rare for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that was like explaining to my wife that I'm flying down to Orlando to hang out with a bunch of people I met on the internet. And the leap of faith of doing that. I'm like, no, it's fine. I talked to them on the internet.
Yeah. But the thing for me, I don't even know, like I wasn't even talking to most of you on the internet at that point. I don't know how I actually got there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
was it Nashi?
I don't know. Like, obviously, I was quite close to Nashi. Yeah,
we
it
definitely
must have
didn't
been
talk
Nashi.
that much back then.
No, not at all. But you know, like the Discord, I can't remember if I must have got invited before. Yeah, I definitely was in there before I'd gone. You know, like to Orlando. I just can't remember how I got into the. Yeah, it might have been Nashi. It must have been.
Yeah,
because me and Nashi
I don't
bonded
even
over.
know how I like Nashi.
Yeah,
got
how did Nashi get in? Is my thing. You know.
And he said he thinks Sean reached out to you.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was Sean.
Video today. How about that?
Yeah, I reckon it was Sean. Good point.
Might have been. Sean's like, I'm actually going outside.
Do you want to come? Yeah.
Anyway, BM98. What is the best scarcity to start on as a new manager?
I mean, depends on your budget.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think that's it.
I mean, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, how much you're willing to put in basically would give the answer.
I think going in at unique is probably not a good idea at this point.
Well,
like this point of the season, all the good cards are gone. Andy said get a feel for the game in limited. I think that's the easy answer, but I think that there are a lot of people that that like the stakes are just not high enough.
Right. But it's a great it should be it is the best learning scarcity because you can make mistakes for the cheapest price, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think I said this yesterday. If I was new or if anybody asks like where do you start, I would never tell anyone to play classic.
No chance. Even though it's cheaper.
Yeah, I just wouldn't do it. And you said, and you can sell your mistakes fast. That's another good point.
Yeah, more liquidity. Yeah, good point.
Yeah. And Andrea said budget and risk tolerance. Yeah, all good answers.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I'd. Oh no, that's it. All right. You've already streamed for like 2 hours today before this stream. How you feeling?
I did, yeah. I feel fine. Yeah, I feel fine.
Of course you
I'll
do.
do my reward video after
What's
this. as well.
the BPM at this point? Can we raise it to
BPM
60?
is no, it's fucking 10 minutes. I haven't done it for 10 minutes, but it was 80 10 minutes ago.
All right. See, you start streaming some So Rare. Heart starts pumping a
Yeah,
little harder. Let's go. Who said we were bored? Come on. How could you be
exactly.
bored?
Definitely not bored.
That's right. That's Harry streams. Where did that go? What are must-have players from the Argentinian league for the upcoming season? Put in some U23 here is too if possible. That's out of my expertise.
No, that's in my wheelhouse. Ramos, Mingo. Even though you can't get his card.
23.
Yeah, another year. BPM 71 right now. Back down to earth. Yeah, Aguirre. Brian Aguirre. He's not been that good, but
that dude stinks.
There's no good under 23s there, really.
They're really not. Well, they all leave.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the whole point of the Argentinian league. I guess the River guy, yeah, the Mastuenio or whatever. He's the one.
This guy, like, he's the next one.
Mastantuno. Yeah, he's the one. But he'll probably go as well. So
yeah, but he might at least get January to July.
Yeah, fair.
Like he's not. Yeah. I don't think so. Like Echeverri just left.
Right.
So this is great. Actually, let me see if he played. So Echeverri had a clause. There was a clause in his transfer contract or transfer agreement. He had to play 45 minutes more, or at least 45 minutes in one more game. And River Plate made like an extra like $2 million, and so they played him for one half and then sent him on his way.
That's hilarious. Zeballos is pretty good. Ezequiel Zeballos.
Is he hurt still?
No, I think he's alive for once.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Not scoring great, but a couple of DAs in there.
Okay.
Okay. There's life, there.
Toby said Echeverri left before he was good. He had like a few good games.
Bray, the keeper.
The keeper. Is he definitely staying as the keeper?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know somebody told me that like he has got the number one for now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sanders is pretty good, yeah.
Jeez.
I think he's out though.
Yep.
He's out.
Well, I mean, he's got 6 months left.
True. Yeah, good point.
That seems like enough. How many more do we have? Oh, we don't have that many more. I mainly play, this is Dan, 478-92168. Is that a phone number? Almost. Anyway, I mainly play Rare, Prem, Classic, and I've been trying to make my lineup stronger the last few months. I've won a few in-season Prem cards. Should I continue to make the Classic lineup stronger or go more into in-season? Need another Prem keeper. Any guidance? Thanks. Sound as a pound. I don't know what that means.
It's a saying people say in Newport from close to where I'm from.
I
don't know what that means.
I'm just not. I just don't see the upside in making Classic lineups stronger.
No, you're just up against it. You are just up against it. Like, there's no better way to describe it other than you're just up against it. You've got to go into in season if you can.
PSV up 4-0 after 37.
They're playing against a fucking amateur team. I don't know why we're waxing lyrical. No, it's a cup game.
Oh. Means he's cool, chill. Okay. Yeah, I would go in season, honestly.
Yeah, if you can make it work. I don't know who the ones you've won, you haven't explained it, that's fine. But yeah, you've got to try and work your way into in season.
Yeah. Florin said, despite playing the game for over 2 years, I think I still make silly mistakes that end up costing me rewards. And this leads to a lot of frustration. Should I sell up and leave, considering that I'm unable to better myself at this game and continue to grind through the pain? I have so many questions, but it almost seems like they understand that they're making silly mistakes. So why not? I don't know. Do you know what my honest opinion is? like what I actually think you should do,
Go
and
on.
I feel weird saying this because he's like right here, but you should join Harry's like community, because there's so many people in that Discord who are there to like help other people with their decisions. People come up with like, this is what I have, what should I do? And there are so many people who reply to help. And Harry mentioned it before, like Sorare is a very different game once you like find yourself in a community that wants to talk about Sorare and wants to help other people. And Harry has one. And like, I genuinely think it's worth, I don't even know what the membership is, how much it is a month. It's way too cheap,
Pound a
whatever
week.
it is.
Pound a week.
£1 a week, like just do it for a month or two. Like, it doesn't even matter. And see how other people are talking about the game, and it gives you just a different perspective of your own gallery, just with what people are talking about and the risks that they take or that they don't take, and see if those mistakes go away.
Like, these could be fixable mistakes, like they're just playing 50-50 players every week.
Right.
That, you know, like, I don't know what the mistake is, but let's just argue it is that. Like, those things can be mitigated. You don't have to have Discord to do that. But you know what I mean? Like you said, if you're speaking with like-minded people and they're going, you know what, I wouldn't risk the 50-50. There's no point. Just go with the guy who's probably guaranteed a 65 score, but he's
Right.
definitely, like, you know, those sort of things. Like, at the most basic level, they're the things that you can easily pick up and apply. That's what, like, he's saying he's doing the same thing over and over again, and it's costing him. That doesn't necessarily mean you're just going to walk into the Discord, and if you do, and everything just changes for you. But over time, like, you just pick up habits at the end of the
Yeah.
day, and you can only sort of make new habits if you're introduced to new habits. You know, how else are you supposed to be exposed to it? So yeah, I appreciate the plug, but
Yeah.
like, I've seen real, like, not real life, because I've met them in person, a lot of them. Really hope I do. But some of the guys in there, like Cam's one of them. Like, I'm not joking, lad. Cam came in, and he, don't mind me saying this, he's been there for nearly a year now. And I'm not joking. He came in as like ground zero, like genuinely didn't know how to buy a card, I don't think. Like, and that's not even taking the piss, like genuinely. And now he's like, I've said it a few times now, he's literally probably the most knowledgeable challenger guy in our Discord. Like, he just chose to do that, you know. Like, I didn't tell him, Cam, go learn Challenger. Like, he just picked up what was going on in the Discord and going, okay, people seem to enjoy Challenger. Let me sprinkle into the MLS. Let me go into Eredivisie, Belgium, whatever. And before you know it, a couple months later, like, he knows the region inside out, and that's how you get good at this game. I knew under 23 inside out. I got good at it. Like, you've got to put in the work at the end of the day. Like, you do.
And I would say the benefit of talking with other people is that you start to pick up things that people look at that like maybe you just aren't looking at. And you're somebody who's like, no, I always play this guy because whatever. And it's like, well, they're playing away to PSV this week. And he's like, yeah, but whatever. And it's like, well, that's the mistake. Like,
And
don't
Cam's made that mistake over the last 10 months. So if somebody comes in now and goes, oh, you know, blah, 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 I'm looking for this player, he's 50-50. Cam goes, well, I made that mistake for the last five months. Don't make the same mistake. You know, you can, that's why people read other people's autobiographies and stuff, because you don't have to make the mistake that those people made years and years previously. Like, that's kind of how it is. You're just cheat coding your way into it, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Andreas can vouch for it as well. I and many others will gladly.
Andreas won 3.5 grand this week, lad.
Wow.
He absolutely crushed in season.
Code Laird for 10%. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we need a discount code for the for the Discord.
Harry made that joke to me, and I was like, oh, I have to use that one. I just refreshed the Twitter list. Let me see if we got. All right, last question. This question is absurd. Are uniques worth considering at current prices? I've used the $3,000 from a rare Champ Division 1 win to build a unique U23 J League team. How stupid was it?
Jesus. I mean, obviously I don't play unique, so I don't know what the prize is for first in unique. Can we look? Can I even look? I don't think. Yeah, sorry, U23, obviously classic, but I mean, like, yeah, what is the podium cash on the in unique? Because I guess it's only one division, right?
Yes.
Let's have a look. Classic, U23, unique, 750. And how many are playing? I mean, over the summer, like when J League's back, kind of thing, there could be a gap. Like I'm not saying it's a terrible move. $3,000 means you have to win it 5 or 6 times. That's excluding the prize, the card as well.
Toby said it sounds incredibly fun if you like the J League. He spent $3,000 on having fun. Let's see what lineups. Now again, J League, like there, it doesn't. But like this is, we can't even like look into this.
Well, I could tell you who he might have bought here. If he's brought Nazao, yeah, I know. Okay, I can tell you exactly who he's bought.
I was just going to look to see like what the U23 lineups are that he's competing against.
Right. Yeah.
Here's Pranksy. It looks like they won a little bit this week.
He's basically bought Arakai, who I have the super rare of, Hoyoso, Nazawa, the keeper. There's only one under 23 keeper, I believe. He has, because Tani might be coming out, is coming out at some point. He's got 8 uniques, basically. Yeah, go to Arakai unique. He basically did all this 18 to 24 days ago. The issue is it doesn't. Well, I guess the tier, like if you do win a tier 1 unique, that could be a nice card in itself. Like it might only take 1 win with cash plus the tier 1 unique price, let's just argue, to kind of like, you're there or thereabouts, aren't you, for probably covering it, maybe. Is the cash going to be less though when the European leagues are done and the J League's playing? Yeah.
Well, it'll be higher for a little bit. Like they do overlap.
Right.
Now,
but
granted, you have to beat all the European U23s.
Yeah,
and
like,
Argentina and all that, but.
And I'll be honest, like I'm looking at these players, like there is some good scores on some of these cards. I'm not disputing it, but a couple of injuries and it gets tough, doesn't it?
Well, one injury to Nozawa and it just dies.
It's toast. Yeah. Like that was me for a bit when I first went up to. I did this in Super Rare. Like I bought Tani. I bought like a couple of J League boys when I first won my first Super Rare under 23 tournament. That was during the summer, and I ended up winning an Arakai. Funny enough, but. Yeah, it's tough because like I just said, one injury, like you said, to the keeper, you toast. There's risk, but this used to be a 30 grand risk, by the way, Laird. So, for 3 grand and it's Sorare's money, is it that much of a risk?
I'm not. Could you even do this for 30 back in the day?
Probably not. No. Not if it was Tani, let's say. Like Tani super rare.
3,500.
Tani unique.
Is Tani really finally aging out?
Yeah, 2025.
Good riddance. Oh, he's already 24.
24. Yeah.
I very briefly looked into uniques somewhat recently because there was like one unique that went on the market and that just got me thinking about it. I think if you're willing to not win often, it could be really fun.
Oh, yeah, I think there'll be a lot of fun in it. I really do.
Charlie said playing unique and not playing super rare. Super seems crazy to me at the moment. So rare is split into limited and rare and super rare and unique. To me, that's like not playing limited and jumping to rare.
To be fair, he's just bought Tang's Vic, the super rare keeper. So like it looks like he's going to play super rare as well, if I had to guess. But he only has 2 super rares right now, this gallery, which is mad, really.
I think you could have fun doing that, surely.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like I think the idea of playing uniques is fun. And I wouldn't expect to win much, but on any given game week, you have to beat like 25 people.
Right.
Like you don't have to beat the 10,000 that play limited division 1, like
100%. Yeah, I think your money's better off in rare in season.
Literally anywhere else, I think.
Yeah, than Japanese uniques. Like it's just nuts. But I rate it, like the balls to do that. I kind of don't mind it. I'm on board. I like it.
Yeah, I hope it hits. I genuinely do.
Same. I think it could. Like there's punchy players there. It's just injury news. That's what I worry about. I don't know what region he's from. He might have, a bit more info than we do, I guess, over the pond. But yeah, no, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. He's not bored.
Clearly not. And if he's able to win champ D1, like that, I'm sure he could do it again. Like,
right.
Or in and around it, at least,
Yeah. Clearly something went right.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's all the questions we had. I'm going to double check here. But I think that's it. Harry can take the rest of the day off.
No, I've got a video to do now.
Oh, yeah. What do you win in this game week?
A bit of cash, thanks to Mertens yesterday, and then just boxes, mate, to be honest. I'm hopefully I can craft a few cards, but no, nothing crazy, mate. Couple of relegations, and that's about it. But I'll be giving away a few cards in the video, so that's why I've got a ton of cards to give away. I've literally got 80 cards ready to give away right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, I keep getting donations, like, left and right. Like, shout out everyone in the Discord earlier in the chat. Like, I've given away, how many days have I done this? 5? I've given away probably 30 cards already, and I still have more than I started with. I'm at like 80 cards, and I started with like 60.
Wow.
Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Yeah, and there's been some good cards given away. I gave away like a Inaki Williams earlier, Rico Lewis. Like, there's some good cards, and rares as well. People have donated rares.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's looking good. So, yeah.
Cameron said, "Are you going for Union or Twente, or are you done with limited now?" I'm not done, but I'm going to stay away from those teams. So, Cameron, you can feel very confident when you buy them. I'll stay away just as a one Harry Trades community member to another. I won't ruin that for you.
We don't step on each other's toes.
That's right. I should just buy PSV. Just a giant middle finger to everybody who has it.
Just spunk $500.
Not what we're doing here. Anyway, thank you to everybody for coming. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny for like the 4th time in this stream. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know who's on tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. So yeah, good luck to everybody on your rewards if you have any, and remember to get your steps in.